Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. This is an older Vagrein session with a participant that I had a chance to edit for you, and I'm so excited to bring you this kind of content. I hope you enjoy, and thank you so much for watching. Good now to you, and welcome. We are pleased to be with you in this now moment, to open to more of what you are, and it would be our honor to discuss any and all topics that are relevant to you in your journey.
I think I want to start with purpose. My life as it feels now feels like it's purposeless, like I'm in a neutral place. I don't feel a kind of purpose. Is there any? For me, or like in general?
Well, for you and in general, purpose is one of the creative prerogatives that you have, having been or having chosen to have a experience of consciousness that has the, we will not say illusion of free will, because within the illusion, it is free will, but in the fact that it is all illusion in some aspect, there is actually no free will, but the experience that you are having has free will.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to the topic of purpose, it is not so much that people find that they do not have a purpose. It is that people are confused as to the nature of purpose in the first place. You humans tend to think that there is some purpose, and there is in all things in creation purpose, but the purposes that you assign to what you would believe to be a worthy life are absolutely useless, because each and every life is worthy already by its sheer existence, and each and every purpose is fulfilled by your experiencing of your own individuation of consciousness. Therefore, you are already living your purpose. Now, in terms of purpose that you define it as a collective with that grander storyline, let's say,
Yeah.
we would say that that is absolutely optional, and that is created 100% by you. So you can choose to have any level of purpose. You can be a family man, you can be an entrepreneur, you can be a philanthropist, you can be someone whose purpose is to have the most joy possible. You can choose whatever it is that you would most delight in based upon the individuation and configuration of individuation that you have chosen to come into this life with.
Yeah.
The sensation of purposelessness can be reframed as perhaps you are bored, or you are not self-stimulating your creativity, or there is a creative spark within you that is not being fulfilled at this time, and it is calling to you, and it is calling to you in the language of, what shall we do next?
Yeah. That's why I'm here with you. Something ties up to that. It's not that I'm stuck, but it's like something always it's just out of reach. And I think maybe just answered that question by the calling of my creativity and this feeling. Yeah. I was interested in if you maybe tune into like are there any blind spots for me that
So we do not like the term blind spots, in that anything that is not shown to you in a certain moment in time is because simply you are not in that moment in time, not, we would say, ready to see it, but it is not functional or important to be seeing that thing at that time. The other aspect of this particular question is that there will never be a moment of complete clarity, in that there is never not a blind spot. And your expansion calls for you having that carrot always slightly out of reach, in that that is what is drawing you forward into the expansion of yourself. People who are satisfied or comfortable are in a state of having not having the carrot out of reach, but having given up on their ability to retrieve it. Therefore, they are no longer trying, or they are no longer feeling the pain of not reaching for their expansion, and have settled, and yes, this is the word, but settled into a state of being of what they believe is comfort and is actually lethargy. It is a good thing that you feel that your goals are out of reach, because they continue to be goals. You will have far more stuckness in the moments that you believe that you cannot achieve it, or that it is not worth achieving it.
Yeah. Nice. That felt freeing. Thank you. Yeah. And I got this question about channeling, which has happened through me as well. It felt like an evolution from the start, and then it like faded out. And I wonder if it was just a kind of process in my development, or was it my like fear who like made it fade out? If you get it.
Yes,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
nothing has faded out. You, as we will use the term collaborator,
Yeah.
with the ability to translate energy,
Yeah.
have, in the moments when you are not able to access that energy, in some part made a decision to not access it. Otherwise, it would be accessible to you.
Yeah.
Now, the reasons for you not wanting or choosing or having that access in any point in time are, or can be, manifold. And yes, one could be fear. However, you are asking this question, and it is coming from a place of curiosity and not fear, which means that if you were to turn the switch on today, there would be less chance of you having fear of what is coming through you.
Yeah.
And perhaps when you ceased or had the pause, it was not the right moment. And we remind you that your life has continued in the interim, and you have evolved in many ways.
Oh, yes.
And so you may be more ready to experiment or find this collaboration with the energy that you are able to access. And from a state of more centeredness, decide whether or not you would like to pursue the allowance of the energy to flow through you. It is quite an organic thing. And when you are connected with universal energy, there is a utmost respect for free will, and your free will is honored. And it is as simple as turning on or off a light switch. You at the moment have chosen to keep the lights off for whatever myriad of reasons, and they are all valid because it is your life.
Yeah. Thank you.
You have no obligation to your abilities. We would like to say this also for the collective. An artist, no matter how beautiful a painting they can put on canvas, always has the choice to not paint.
Yeah. Yeah, it's easier to get stuck in the ideas of something instead of life is organic in every way. So yeah, thank you. That was very useful for me. I don't know if you can help me with this, but I got like this eating disorder. Disorder. It's kind of wrong term, but just to say it like that, I fell up. I eat myself very like I fell up with food, and I just wondered what is this thing I'm watching myself do almost every day. And I know a lot of people got this with food and a lot of other things. Can you expand upon this?
Yes. We would say that sustenance or food is a complicated topic for humans in general.
Yeah.
In that you all are eating far more than you would ever necessitate for your physical survival. Your vehicles are marvelous creations of the universe, which were built to not require that much food, certainly not as much as you eat. And the collective habits or compulsions that you do have around the rules that you have attached to food and digestion and perhaps health in general are very far from the actual biology of your vehicles, which are extremely efficient.
Yeah.
You have one of the most efficient mammal vehicles on the planet in terms of consumption versus energy expenditure, in that you are not having to run sprints to be chased by prey or to hunt.
Yeah.
You are not needing the amount of energy that you are consuming food, claiming that you require it for. In fact, the majority of you are sitting for most of the day. Now, the distortions that many have around food is in part for this reason, because it is a collective distortion. And like you said, there are many who have this, what you are calling problem. And the resolution of it is, as you know, not physical, in that you do not need the energy. And you find yourself compelled to do something that you know is senseless.
Yeah.
Part of your theme in being here may be to overcome your own instinct, and it is not instinct, but your own habitual collective conditioning.
Yeah.
That food brings comfort, or that food brings ease, or that food brings distraction, in order to heal some of the collective of this same topic, theme, discussion. If you can and choose to reframe your, we do not want to use the word struggle, but we are reading that with this topic as a mission, or perhaps even a purpose that you would like to undertake. You may find that having a goal as opposed to restricting yourself is a better or more enjoyable direction in which to take it. For example, if you could, in your mind, reframe this belief, not I have a problem with eating, and then continuing to feed the negative thoughts that then cause the discomfort that causes you to eat, and instead say, I have a challenge, or not even challenge, but a project to help heal this collective distortion.
Nice.
It might feel more exciting when you have small wins. And whenever one is achieving a small win, that accumulates and confidence builds, and there are larger wins to be had. The key for any shift of behavior is first a shift of mindset, and then a shift of our self-flagellation in the moments when you are acting upon what you would then call unconscious behavior, or slipping into bad habits, or repeating old patterns. It is unnecessary for you from this point forward to ever beat yourself up again about this topic. It is not serving you to punish yourself around this topic, and it is serving you to perhaps, if you so choose, reframe this topic as something that you're not doing for yourself, but for everyone. Because there is no action that a human can take on this planet at this time that is not affecting the collective consciousness on a grave level.
Thank you. I felt that.
And remember that you also do have the free will to continue whatever behavior you so choose to continue. So there is no urgency. There is nothing wrong with even holding on to something that is not serving you. You are allowed to continue to hold on to something that does not serve.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I felt that. I'm really out of questions now, but so this opens up for something else. Open space.
Yes.
Yeah, I think this ties up to like the creative that wants to come out, because I don't feel like, I feel like there's a lot of more joy and and for me in my life. It's been a lot of like the seriousness and, I wouldn't say darkness, but like heaviness maybe. And I think I'm here with you, like to highlight the way forward for a life with more joy. You speak about joy.
Yes. And we do see a very playful being
Yeah.
as your core, very playful, very humorous or joyful, or perhaps a joker.
Yeah.
And we also see the times that this was not acceptable by the people around you.
Yeah.
Perhaps not the people that are around you presently, but at some point in your story, there have been moments where that playfulness, that innocence has arisen as a natural response to existence and to the pleasure of being alive with your senses. And you had impact from the reactions of other selves to your joy. This has conditioned you somewhat to believe that you need to be more serious or heavier or responsible, and that you cannot have that playfulness and simultaneously be responsible.
Yeah.
You cannot have that playfulness and simultaneously be logical.
Yeah.
At some point, you were trained, and we will use the word trained, although that who trained you did not know that this is what was happening and would not have wanted to stolen a moment of your joy. But nevertheless, that is what occurred. You were trained that to be a grown-up or to be mature in the world, certain aspects of you were not appropriate.
Yeah.
And it was because these people, these systems, were taught the same thing.
Yeah.
Along the line of all of your history, no one stopped to ask where the first lesson came from.
Yeah, right.
So as children are taught that they must grow up, get serious, and put away their toys, no one stops to ask, well, what for? And we would say that, if anything, one of the gravest errors that you have made as a collective was the letting go of the joyfulness, the playfulness, and that childlike wonder and innocence, that free expression of the positive range of emotions, because you are all extremely familiar with the negative range.
Oh, yeah.
And you wander around grumbling and complaining day in, day out to each other, almost competing as to whose life is more miserable, because that is what makes you the most virtuous. And we would say that this is a ruse. You have been tricked, because it is that he who is most joyful who has won the game.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, that's what we are looking for. Playfulness, joy.
Good news is, in your particular case, you do not have to look very far. It is within you, in that you do not need some form of external entertainment or someone else to teach you this. You have this innate in your beingness. And therefore, it is you in each moment that gets to choose how you respond to the world. Do you respond in joy, or do you respond with seriousness and drama?
Yeah. I think I'm at the threshold at this moment. I think or feel me reaching out for Jesse and you, Vagrein, is like expansion, and me also doing something that I I wanted to do and was afraid of doing, and that's the way forward. And I feel joy connecting with you, and I feel a ease in my body. So it's already happening.
Yes.
Yeah. It chills. Ooh.
You have easy access to this energy. It is yours. And
Yeah, I know.
you are able also to share it with others. Do not underestimate the gifts. We did say earlier that it is your choice as to whether or not you use them, but do not underestimate that you, and we would say every you, in that each individuation has their gifts, but you do not underestimate your gifts because they come easy to you, in that this access point that you have to feel that sensation that you're feeling.
Yeah.
Others perhaps do not have that access, and you are able to share it with them.
Perhaps I'm even more joyous than I'm perceiving myself.
You are more joyous than you are allowing yourself.
Thank you.
And you have perhaps heard and studied information, or have had it arrive at you, that joy is one of the main factors for being able to create anything in your life. That your feeling state is so powerful that it actually creates matter out of thought.
Yeah.
And therefore, you are an extremely powerful creator, in that as soon as you choose what it is you would like to have or do or be, and power it with that energy that you have in you, in that you know that it is possible, you know that it is achievable, things will be very quick for you.
I've seen this the last 2 years. Last year, it's I feel the power coming. Sometimes it's in the hand in the same moment as I ask it.
You will need to let go of the fear that in your true expression you may lose love.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's it. Oh. Whew. I feel tears about that. That's yeah. Lose love. Yeah, I felt that. Okay, there's just this open space now. I wonder, is there anything like you want to, Vagrein, want to fill this with? I know this is a transmission of energy, consciousness. Is there like anything Vagrein wants to transmit to me now?
Well, we have no will of our own. We have said in the past that our will is your will is our will. It is all connected. And so we will throw this question back at you.
Yeah.
And ask that you would share with us anything that you would like to transmit to yourself. What would you want for you?
Thank you. I want for me, I want all the joy, all the love that is possible for me.
Yes, it is possible.
I know this creation is infinite. There is no limits.
What limits are you placing on it with your mind now?
Yeah, I can feel the limits. And it's mind born, the limits.
Why can't you have unlimited joy?
Why can't I have unlimited joy? Yeah, it's what you told me. I'm afraid of losing love. People not loving me. Yeah, I'm afraid of losing what I have. I don't know even what I have even, but there's a sense of fear. Yeah.
Yes, and that is because of past experience that you have.
Yeah.
And it is accurate in some way to have that fear based upon your past experience. But you are at a place now where you understand that love is not losable, that
Yeah.
joy is equivalent to love because it is all the same frequency energy, and that you can never actually lose love because you are the source of all love. And
Yes.
that, yes, relationships perhaps shift and change, but if you had to pay for what you say you truly desire, some
Yeah.
sum, you say you want unconditional joy, and the sum for that would be the relationships that did not match that,
Yeah.
then that would be a very economical transaction, do you not think? Relationships that are not the highest for you, or that the person would not want to see you enjoy,
Yeah.
for unconditional joy and love for them regardless, you would not only be making a bargain for yourself, but also for them.
Yeah.
Therefore, there is no need to fear. You are a sovereign being, and the universe tends to cooperate with those who are in cooperation with the universal laws of joy, love, and light. And you are not in this alone, in that each and every being that you love currently and have relationship with is in soul contract with you to be your fullest version. Therefore, some people will come into your life and make hell for you. They will make trouble, and they will push your limits, and they will turn you into the worst version of yourself that you could imagine, because that is exactly the catalyst you need to boomerang into a better version of yourself. And there are other people who come into your life and you will have miraculous, beautiful relationships with them. And they perhaps will end in the tragedy of death. And you will have that sorrow, and that will skyrocket you to your next level.
Yeah.
You see, everyone is your soulmate. Every being that you encounter is your forever person, because they are shifting you forever, and you are shifting them. Do not, again, and this seems to be the theme of this conversation, underestimate your gifts. That if you were to step into your full joy, yes, it may ruffle feathers. Yes, people may say, I thought you to be someone else. Yes, it may cause some profound change in your life. But again, this change can only be for the good.
Yeah.
So if this is what is holding you back, we say, fear not.
Beautiful.
And you sigh as if we have pronounced you with some terrible news. And in fact, all we have said is you have permission to be your most joyful version.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I'll take that.
Thank you. We feel your joy.
And there's tears of joy as well. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. And we would like to say, just in case you still have not got the message of the underestimation of yourself that we are advocating against, but if each being were to step into their full joy, if each being were to take the risk, what you perceive of as risk as in this moment, and decide to be happy,
Yeah.
it would instantly end all wars and conflict.
Yeah.
It would instantly end all greed, competition, and jealousy.
Yeah.
And it would instantly bring you into a state of loving one another so profound that you would have unity consciousness.
Mm.
So you are in a position of great power of doing your part.
Yeah. Wow. Hmm. Time to let go then.
What are you holding on to?
Old conditioning,
Yes?
old self-images.
Yes. And what for?
Yeah.
We would also perhaps point to the cost of holding on to that.
Yeah.
And you know firsthand the cost.
Yeah, I do. Just seeing back of my life.
Everything that perhaps you missed or lost because you chose to be serious instead of entertained by the situation. It causes only conflict.
Yeah.
And if you so choose for your channel to be open again and to experiment with that, we see that there is much ease there in that you are in a space of being able to experiment. If you see that that is something that is interesting for you or that meets some requirement or prerequisite towards the purpose that you would like to create for yourself.
Yeah. And it was like a little bit funny because one like the entity that come through was a very joyous and free entity, come with laughter and dance, and I felt like this lost aspect of myself speaking through me.
Yes.
Yeah.
To channel anything, you must be similar frequency to what you are channeling.
Yeah. And as I speak about it now, I feel a pull against it. Yeah. So yeah. Because there were aspect of achieving or doing instead of just letting it through.
Yes.
That I think that what's like stopped the joy of doing it and the transmission, and maybe some of the responses as well. That's a long time since now. So yeah, I feel openness towards it.
Yes, we see that. And there's a level of what's required in that there is some level of disinterest on terms of that, what you were calling earlier, achievement.
Yeah.
In that you are no longer interested in projecting a meaning onto this aspect of creation that happens through you.
Yeah.
When there is no meaning to it, you can allow it on a holistic level, and there is no pressure. It also makes you a much more receptive channel and a better translator, which is what it really is. It is translating energy. And in that aspect, any level of ego or image that you are connecting with something like this is actually blocking the work. So yes, we would say that the openness is a great space to play with this. And you have a collaborative, as you said, entity or being that is a partner would imply that there are two of you, but is a friend.
Yeah. He felt like a friend.
Yes.
I'm reaching out for that joy and dance and happiness that he brought through me as me. Yeah.
Yes, we always say, just allow yourself to do it anyway. There will be fear, there will be questions, and we are not referring only to channeling by any means. We are referring to being the comic in the room or the one who starts dancing before anyone else,
Yeah.
or the one that feels the need to laugh out loud. Because if it is coming through you and you cut it off or block it off, you are, in a way, blocking off what the universe wants in that moment.
Yeah.
And are very good at being extremely critical of yourselves as if you were the ones who created you. And yes, in some aspect you are the creators of your reality. And on some level, you did plan to be who you are and choose everything that is in your existence. But before you did all of that, creation created you in perfection.
Yeah.
And when you begin to see yourself in the perfection that creation sees you in, you begin to live your own actual life. And when you are living your own actual life, you are a collaborative component to the universe, but you are acting as the tools of a greater being, God, source, the all that is, extension of God, or extension of source, or extension of infinite energy and consciousness.
Yeah.
And then the universe collaborates back with you.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. And we will now leave you with the light and the love and the joy of 1,000 suns.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for watching that video. I really hope that you enjoyed it and that you'll leave me a comment to let me know what you're thinking. I'd also absolutely love it and appreciate it so deeply if you would like and subscribe to this channel so that the algorithm can know that people are appreciating this kind of content and so that I can continue bringing you more. Sending you all my love. Bye-bye.